You go full fight prep, or do you have to dial back?
The only difference in training right now, well, at least for now, is that I'm not training with, doing hard rounds in preparation to get into a fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. Other than that, training is business as usual. I'm not training, when I train, I don't train with anyone specifically in mind. I'm not training for Darren Till, I'm not training for Israel Adesanya, or anything like that. I'm training to be a better version of myself every time because, well, that's just it. So training is it's business as usual, normal everyday thing. Get in there and do my best, work hard like I always do. It's not like it's not hard work, but I work hard like I always do. I do my best to learn as much as and absorb as much as what we're doing here, and I'm making sure that it's the right things that we're all, that we're working on the right things. So training is great.
Nice. You mentioned the name Darren Till. What insight do you have? Because I feel like there's different stories. Like, is he having visa issues, or we heard his ankle was hurt?
Well, initially it came out that it was his ankle, right? But then he came out and debunked that thing altogether when he said, it's not my ankle, I may have a few niggles. He said, I guess it sounds better in a British accent.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, right? But I heard that he's holding out for contract issues. So he wants to get paid more. And we know how that goes. The sport's still young. We can make as many excuses as we want, but he should be getting paid. His dude, he's fighting top 5 guys in the middleweight division. He fought for the title. He should be getting paid.
So you're okay with it though? If it means you miss a fight, this could be your #1 contender fight, right? You're okay with him handling business like this?
I'm absolutely fine with him handling his business. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to pay his bills, and he has a daughter to take care of. He's got a family to deal with. You know what I'm saying? So his priority is his priorities. And mine's are mine, and I understand completely. So that's why I'm not getting all upset about the whole situation. I understand if that is the case. If it isn't the case, then I'll be interested to know what the holdup is. There's a lot of speculation. We all know how the fans get on social media. And everybody's in their ego, but I'm not me. So again, I can only do it take them one day at a time. And again, my goal is not to fight Darren Till or even fight for the title. My goal is to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday.
Is Till the fight to make though? Is that the fight you think that makes
whatever fight gets me to the title? Now, if we're talking business and career and all that stuff, I want the title shot.
Right.
That's the next shot for me. Because like I said before, at this point in time, right here and now, I am more deserving of a title shot than anybody in the top 5, in the top 10, in the middleweight division. So that's just it. I don't even have to elaborate on that right there. That's it. I am more deserving. With my credentials, I have 3 in a row, 3 finishes in a row, not against cans, against guys who've been at the top of the division, and that's just it.
What do you think of Darren Till as a guy? Like, seeing you guys interacting with each other on Instagram and stuff like that. Obviously, you find this use of the word niggles entertaining, but what do you think of him as a character?
Is that a term? Is that what they say over there?
Yeah, it means like aches and pains.
Okay, well then. I don't care. What was the question again?
Like, what do you think of him as a character? He's like,
oh, I like Darren. He's a young guy, but he's doing, he's making grown man moves, He's fighting in the big leagues. From what I see. I don't know him personally, I don't talk to him, I don't know what he does in his daily life. Only thing I know is what they show us, and usually they like to highlight the most tastiest, parts of a man's life. So, but me, I'm, well aware, I'm awoke, I understand how the world, I understand more how the world works, So, whoever he is, I'm sure he's a good dude. He has a beautiful daughter, a beautiful family, and with millions of eyes watching, I'm sure he's pressured to do the right thing. But in his, he's also at the same time he's also a martial artist. And coming from myself, I consider myself a martial artist because I love what I do. I would say he's got to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, I'm a bad judge of character. My wife is a way better judge of character, But whatever, that's not, to be honest, who he is and what he does is no concern of mine. I just need a fight.
Israel Adesanya mentioned your name a lot of times, and it's like he clearly views you as like a serious person in the division, and one he really wants to fight. I do appreciate the respect from the champion.
I certainly do. Game recognized game. So he sees the potential because he definitely hasn't seen everything I can do. So he definitely sees the potential. And anyone who has an eye for potential is, I think, someone who's tapped into his intellect. So not full of himself, you know, thinking that, oh, he can beat this or he can do that, he can do this. He knows, he sees challenges ahead of him and he wants to leap those hurdles, you know what I'm saying, to make it look good and easy the way he does. Yeah, and it's high praise from my perspective. It's high praise coming from the champ. You know, someone who has as much attention and eyes on him. That's high praise. You know, that's it.
What do you think about his fight with Romero?
What do I think about it? I think it's going to be a good fight. Two top-level athletes. You know, everybody seems to be afraid of Romero as if he's the man of steel or something like that. But I definitely recognize his. What's the word? I don't want to say his. I recognize his abilities. I know what he's capable of, and people are just astounded by a man at his age, blah blah blah. He's 42? If that's old to people, then I don't want to see. You know, I ain't man. I'm trying to be old. I'm trying to be spry as an old man. You know what I'm saying? You know those old kung fu movies where the old kung fu master can still whoop some ass and stuff like that. I'm trying to be that right there. And it's possible. We've seen it before, you know. So I ain't trying to be old at 40. I'm trying to be fighting well into my 40s. And that's just it, you know. And I plan on be training well into my elderly years too. So I plan on doing this as long as my body holds up.
So you reckon you can still pull off a backflip at 42?
I can't pull off a backflip now. So my muscles aren't tuned in to doing backflips. But I got a nice white cross though.
That's good.
Can I ask you about this crystal around your neck?
This one right here? You certainly can. I'm glad you did ask. I put it out. I should have been strangling it a little bit. This right here is a piece I got after my Hermanson fight. The guys at Crystal Council and Spirit Armor, they got together. They heard me talk about how much I like Pyrite. They follow me on Instagram. They're huge fans of mine. And they, out of the kindness of their hearts and the ingenuity of their minds, they come up with this and made this pyrite piece for me. And it's pyrite wrapped in silver and gold. So it's nice and shiny. It got some real gold and some fool's gold in there, and I really like it. It's an awesome piece. It's my first time being able to wear it. So I want to talk about it as much as I can. Spirit Armor, thank you again for hooking me up with this nice piece. Let me hold it out for you. This is my bling, all right? Not a bunch of flashy ass chains and all that crap.
So for us noobs, what does pyrite do? What does that do for you?
So first and foremost, let me put this out because everybody thinks it's his stones. His stones is the magical stones. Where is he getting his magic from the stones? And I'll be like, look, it's not the stones, okay? Everything, all the qualities that I draw from these stones, are the qualities that I already have within myself. These are my qualities that I am just bringing out, and specific qualities based on the stone that I want to work with, right? And I feel that the stone also has a quality. It's not that I don't feel that the stone doesn't work and does what it's meant. The stone also has qualities, which is why I use specific stones for specific qualities that I want to draw out, right? We all have the potential to be the greatest thing we can imagine, okay? We've only limited it through religion. We've limited that imagination through religion, all right? They say this is the height of the height. That's the height. I'm like, no, there is no limit to the heights of the heights, okay? You can't even imagine what it looks like. It's unfathomable what they say, how they say it is. You know what I'm saying? It's an unfathomable thing. So anything you can think of, that's a little small part of it. Any and everything you think of, that's still a small part of it. It's way bigger than that. And this here is just a small part of me that I'm drawing out.
So is this a part of your spirituality?
If you will, yeah. Yeah, it is. I use it to enhance my spirituality. It's not a part of, I use it to enhance. Right? Like we use water to enhance spirituality. They use water to douse people, they bless and anoint people, oils. and stuff. They use the energy in the oils, like when they use anointing oils and certain fragrances to enhance the whatever type of quality they're trying to draw out of whatever they're doing spiritually. So yeah, yes.
Have you given a whole lot of thought of maybe what type of possibilities could come about, like say if Yoel does beat Israel in a couple of months, or are you just kind of doing like you said and training, thinking from focusing only on you and yourself?
Well, focusing on me.
Of course.
I plan on making weight March 7th.
Right.
Either with an opponent, either stepping in, to face one of the champ or the contender for the interim title, of course, or just to make weight, be an alternate like I did in New York.
Is that confirmed with the UFC or booked as a?
It's not confirmed.
Okay.
Nothing's confirmed, and that's my biggest gripe. I would like something confirmed,
Right.
but I'm not sitting here bitching and moaning, complaining. So yeah, all I can do is go with the flow, as they say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Jerry.